Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Now Willis on 3rd down. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And he's going to have the Commanders first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Play action. Willis. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long.
Panther 11. Panther 11.
Here's Willis. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Sly able to put this one through, and they are on the board, trailing now at 6-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Scott on the return out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know, they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. On play action, Fields. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
79 Broncos. Buffalo 18. Ready.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield. Willis rushing into the line in a hurry here. Willis will look to throw it. He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Well, his completion percentage continues to rise with that one, but sometimes you want your completion percentage to go down. Maybe you should have thought about throwing that one away.
I was just going to say, it is easier said than done, but that's where you maybe bury it at his feet, make sure he doesn't catch it.
Great call right there. Put it near the receiver, no grounding, nothing like that, but no one gets a chance to pick it off either.
Ready.
Tough spot here, 3rd down and 11.
18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. Go, Rig. Go. Ready.
Back to throw, Willis. Able to find the open there. That's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Well, that's how you convert on 3rd down with an explosive gain of 34. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Here's Gibson on the read option. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the 1st half.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Come on. Come on. Set.
Now Willis. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Here we go.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
Trap 50. Trap 50. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat.
Willis looking to throw it. Toward the pylon, but it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them up the scoreboard here.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
60 Bison. 60 Bison. Cup 19. Cup 19. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Big hurt. Warriors 17. Go.
Willis on 3rd and goal. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
Sly able to put this one through, and that will tie things up at 6-6. Well, maybe a nice psychological boost there just to get back to even with that field goal as we head towards half.
Coaching 101 always says at halftime, play it like it's 0-0 on the scoreboard. Well, in this case, it's level, right? Same score each side. Just start over. Now you get the second half to play.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
Here we go.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. Looking downfield for Jones. It's caught inside the 25. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Santos' kick is up and through, and that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
Now Willis on 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right. Got a man, it's Gibson complete. They trail by 3, and they just got 3 yards to start the third quarter.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
Willis is thrown into the hands of McLaurin. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first. Here's Willis. And he'll complete this to Gibson. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Let's go now.
From the 42-yard line, here's second down and 8. From the gun, here's Willis. Slings this deep for McLaurin. He's got it with the 15. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his second touchdown on the season. And the Commanders have taken the lead here in this third quarter. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Scott on the return, out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. A shotgun snap, Fields. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
From his goal line here, Fields. He's got a man complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Jonathan Allen, the former first-round pick, getting in there to bring him down.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now it's Fields. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
The Commanders take over first and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. Now Willis to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He'll fire deep, looking for more, and that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Well, we saw that he had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
Play action. It's Fields. Throw left side complete. That's more. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
Here we go.
Off play action. Fields. Looking downfield for Jones. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be ridden out of bounds all the way down at the 15-yard line. A huge play there for Chicago. 47 yards. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on first and 10. Now Fields. Oh, Fields is intercepted for a third time. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. So what a turn of events there. You're driving to take the lead in this third quarter, but then one mistake, and you're watching the ball being returned for a touchdown.
Certainly a great example of how focus has to be there on every play, doesn't it, partner? You can't get complacent, and I think that he did. He's got to move him downfield, but that's a play where he just shouldn't have thrown the football, and that ultimately could wind up costing him the ball game.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Scott on the return, out of the end zone. And not a good return at all. Down inside the 10, all the way back at the 7.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Pick six last drive. Here's Fields again. This one complete to Tunyon underneath. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of...
Fields hit and the ball is loose. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other Near side has got it. And fantastic field position has them just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line in the red zone. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. A give running right, Gibson. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Jalen Johnson up to make the tackle. Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Once more, Gibson. Calling a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On the go.
One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Now Willis. On the move to his left. And that is incomplete.
Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more completion with it.
Sly able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So that, maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got them this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Fields. Looking downfield for Jones. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
We're going out right here. Hey, slide 51, slide 51. Hey.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. 4th down, Fields has to have this one. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Cowboy 80.
A toss left side for Gibson. And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.